Well now, fuckity, that went over poorly. Maybe that's why he said don't, I think he said don't go to the train. Something like that. And that might have been why. Because those guys are like, we're gonna fuck you up if you go to the train. Although I was being a smartass. Or I was being commanding, I guess. So they murdered me. Sorry, the city's doomed now. I mean, I get it on some level, because I was gonna leave. If I was gonna leave, then, like, they're doomed anyway. This is weird because I'm kind of disingenuously engaging in this entire quest because I don't really plan on leaving necessarily, but I'm kind of following through with what the quest is like, kind of under the assumption that I won't be allowed to leave. It's almost like I just wanted to see it go through. Slash, I was like kind of, on some level, it's almost like I just didn't want to say no to my host, who was like that was talking about that wanted to leave the city. Even though I really don't have a choice, do I? And also it makes no sense to really let her out because of the whole quarantine thing. This is the same box being resized over and over again. Huh. Oh. I can go in here. Unexpected. Well, I'm killing time until it's the right time anyway. Hi. Is that Aspity?
A weak calf is cold midsummer, Mom used to say.
Murky. The Murloc? Sticky's take on her. We're friends with Murky, even though she's just a little tot. I'll have you know, she's actually very independent. One thing Murky is seriously fond of is digging and playing in the mud. You can also sometimes see her push along somewhere looking all preoccupied, and the places she chooses are usually, like, sinister. I respect that. Alright. Very mature people we're getting as our sources here. Grace's take. Little Murky is an orphan. Her mom and dad lie by the eastern wall here. They died 5 years ago. I don't know why. They won't tell me. They're always weeping. As for her eating dirt, that's untrue. I've never seen it. It almost sounds like Grace is talking to the dead the way it's phrased. Came close, her head murmuring. She said she'll eat your heart before you even notice. What's this all about? You can hide from her in the nursery, but not for long. Niti draws her wrong. She is a distaff. Who's she? I don't know. Tell that to your mummy. She'll hush you down.
Someone is circling the place at night.
I have a terrible headache, but it will pass soon. Well, sorry to have bothered you. That kettle is so big compared to her body. Where's that? That ladder goes nowhere. Anyway. That was a discovery, I suppose. Okay. Still got another half an hour. Time passes in a very variable nature in this game just because so much of your playthrough can be taken up with by dialogue, and dialogue pauses time, I think. So my first day felt incredibly long because I was having very long conversations with like 20 people. So I thought these guys weren't real because the one that talked to me at the beginning. I guess the idea is that they're actors in a play, or they're wearing the costumes thereof in order to avoid the plague. And so the two people I met that might not be real are from like the mime play, and those two might have not been real, but the rest are or something. Fine, you win. I will cancel my departure. There we go. Our attempt to flee town has failed. Someone compromised our plan and the patrolman had blockaded all possible routes out of town. There we go. Yeah, I figured this would fail. All you really do is come in and say... All you do is come in and acknowledge that it has failed already, basically. Okay. So I guess waiting until the right time is not necessary. We'll have to see. I bet tomorrow we'll have more dialogue with those people to follow up on the situation. For now, I've got some hunger to deal with. But not... Exhaustion's more staved off now, though. might do a little sleeping anyway just to get it down to like 0-ish to reset it. But I have to worry about dying of starvation. I desperately want to wait until the next day. Because, like, we had low food costs the first day, and I didn't have money back then. Now I've got a lot of money. So, like, I could buy a lot of food if they go back down. But the second day, they're incredibly high costs. But since they changed so dramatically, they could reasonably change in the downward direction, you know? Seems not unreasonable. I know you're conditioned to think certain things are supposed to be the threatening ones and other things are supposed to be the not threatening ones, but it's hard not to look at her walking down the middle of the night and think that she's going to be some kind of supernatural threat to worry about. I'm not totally psyched about it when I see it. Have the Stabby McStabbingtons not come out yet? I didn't think that there would be more bottles. Thought I already cleared this place out recently, but I guess it's been enough time that it's refilled. Or it's another... What's also possible is it might be an entirely different park. I genuinely don't know. Because I don't really memorize the park's location, I can't tell you if I know exactly where the park is located, or if parks just keep coming and going. Like, I don't know if the... Okay, that's the drunk, never mind. I was like, ah! Hey, buddy. How you doing? Yes, I would like a bandage. Thank you. Because I don't have the park necessarily memorized, I keep wondering if I'm visiting the same park over and over again or not. I think it is the same park. I don't think I'm visiting different copies, because I also keep finding the theater. So I think that I think I just keep coming back to this neighborhood. But I mean, it keeps rewarding me. Here comes a fight, so I better quick save right now. I've never used this weapon before, and also I have a decent chance of dying whenever these things happen. Maybe he'll attack the drunk? Son of a bitch, dude. Are they gonna fight? Oh, they are. Oh, he died instantly. Shit. Oh, my health's gone. Wow. God damn. God damn, game. That's some money, though. And it's 2 dead people to loot. He has all the bottles I just gave him. That makes sense. I get it, yeah. It's Bethesda logic. Just to name one example. I mean, there's plenty of games that are like that. But it's the logic system where you play a game where every character has a persistent inventory. So like the stuff I trade for with people, I bet if I murdered those people, I could loot those exact items off their body. Wouldn't necessarily go over super hot because of the whole, like, I'm murdering, like, maybe children. I don't know if you can murder children in this game or not. I'm gonna go sleep because I've been hurt gravely. Unless I want to save scum every fight, which is also an option. Goddamn fights hurt you a lot. But, like Bethesda games and many other RPGs that have that kind of stuff, this game has persistent inventories, it looks like. So if somebody dies, you can just loot their entire inventory off of them. Why do you have to look like a villain? Not necessarily. Oh, you don't have anything on you. Like, this game has actual villains in it, so it's kind of funny that the drunks also look like crazy-ass villains. As opposed to looking like drunk. Like, I'd almost expect the drunks to look vaguely like a lot of Zelda characters, especially Zelda characters from, like, Twilight Princess. Some of those wacky faces that are more grounded and less cartoonish a little bit than the other ones, but still really exaggerated and weird. Like, I'd expect them to look like that. But instead it's like a weird... He looks like an enemy from Perfect Dark. Even though he's not going to attack me. Unless they start attacking me eventually. Hope not. Fingers crossed. I really could have just gone to there, huh? Oh well. Gives me a chance to check in with our buddy. To tell her about the failed plan. Then I can take a drug and go to sleep for a bit. Try to heal. I think... I'll have to double check. I thought I verified that if you take certain medicine before sleep, it helps you heal. We'll have to double check by actually trying it. I'm kind of in the wrong spot right now. There's the polyhedron. Oh shit. Am I about to get in a fight? You bet your ass I am. Don't worry, I'll totally win. Is he gonna kill that guy? I'll save you, dude. Don't die. There we go. Thank you for being my distraction, sir. Have a jolly good day. Ooh, money. Not a small amount of money either. You get like 500 to 700 for killing somebody. Oh, trash. Like, that stuff can add up. I have to go get me some thug kills. I think this part's kind of boring though. As in, like, to show. So there might be some implied off-camera thug hunts that happen in this game where I go kill a bunch of thugs during the night, but we kind of fast forward through a bunch of it to get to the next day, and I show you like the aftermath of it or something. But like, I don't know, like as I feel like as much as a third of the playthrough could be me slowly skulking through the dark looking for things, looking for enemies to get resources off of, basically, in order to make this whole thing possible. And I don't know if that's what I want to spend a third of the Let's Play on necessarily. So it might be like off camera a bit, like in Monster Hunter, where I'd come back and sometimes a Monster Hunter episode would start and I'd be like, hey, I got this armor now because I killed Legiana 50 times. And then I'm like, but I didn't show that because it sucks. Every time I do any decision that reduces the repetition in farming in a playthrough, somebody always says they don't want me to. But I think on average, people are usually cool with that choice, I think. One big motivator of the decision is that at the moment, at least, so far, there aren't really quests at least there aren't any apparent quests during this part of the day. So if I start getting nighttime quests, then that'll give me more to show.
It's so quiet around now.
My heart is beating so heavily, it's about to jump out. Why didn't you come? How awful. I have fainted. I didn't sleep during the day at all. I was so anxious. Forgive me. Is it too late? Can we go? The town is blocked off, Ava. There's no hope. The station is occupied with Sabrov's patrols. Armed men are all over the place. We're dead. When it begins, I'll have to cut my wrists. Yes, that will be for the better. Peter has an antique bath. We could heat some water up. Come on, Ava. Still your weak knees. She's planning suicide.
My lacquer is cracking, see?
She's planning on suicide when everything goes down. Welp. That's only so much I can do. We'll see what happens. These are lootable, right? Yeah. She actually has a really extensive, like, guest house area. And, like, what can you put in these things? You must get samples at some point in, like, in the story. Right? There must be samples you get during the story. And that will make things make a bit more sense. Alright, so quick save. I'm gonna double check some stuff. I thought you could do, like... It does sleep even during pain. What are these measurements? Reduces fatigue, 8E for pH, 8E per pH, and increases health, 2S per pH. I don't know. I'm gonna take one of these and sleep for a few hours and see how that works out. The game doesn't give you any forecast for how it's going to work out. You just kind of have to hope it's good. Okay, so the health is creeping. What? Oh, I just died of starvation. I forgot about hunger.
The day is over.
And that's why we save. That's why we save when we do things. Because the game's complicated enough that it can fuck me in ways that I'll forget about. Don't know why I said that in a sing-song manner. You can do it, game. You can load. I believe in you. Cool. So, first of all, food. Get some of those foods going. It's really all the food I have. How's my hunger? My hunger's lower now. Infection keeps going up. What's my immunity at? Not amazing. Let's try this again. Under the hope that I'll now not lose all of my health while I'm sleeping. Son of a bitch.
The day is over. Your timely efforts allowed your supporters to remain unharmed. A new mime performance is being rehearsed at the theater.
It's 5 a.m. already. I guess the time I spend sleeping kind of undoes the need to skip forward in the series. We'll see how it goes. It's been recommended the idea of farming at night by killing a bunch of dudes, but I need a better control of my meters before that, probably.
There'll be no deaths while you're with us, right?
I want to be of help. I want to be by your side. Is there something I can do for you? Right now, my only desire is to light up candles, wash the soot of the day off, wrap myself in a bedsheet, and get drunk until my mind goes blank. Will you get us a bottle of Twirine? I'll do so if I find one. Do you want us to get drunk together? Of course. If Twirine is 70% strong, it's an effective preventative remedy. Drink it, Ava. Good news is my health went up. Bad news is it didn't go up very well. It went up a little bit. Let's see, quick save before I do anything, because I'm always jumpy about these mechanics. Let's see how much we get from a tourniquet. Wow, that's embarrassing. How about a bandage? Man, healing is not fast in this game, ever, apparently. Jesus. Oh, my immunity is down, but trying to increase my immunity hurts me. Scary. I mean, the game's supposed to make me feel like this, so I shouldn't be that surprised, but I definitely have an ongoing, just constant, vague fear that I'm doing everything wrong. Because it looks like these meters are going to be hard to keep healthy. In particular, I can't help but notice that it cost me 5 bottles to get one healing item. And then I use the healing item and I'm like, that's how much it gave me? But one of the primary things that hurts me is the thugs. I think my issue is people talk about this concept of being able to farm the thugs, but I feel like the thugs are usually like a direct and net negative. So far, at the very least, it's very hard to ever get through one of the fights without taking a bunch of damage. And the damage from even a single hit is so major in its consequences that you can't just just shrug it off. Oops, I did a shift tab. There we go. I did shift tab so the Steam thing came up. My hunger's way up. Maybe he won't see me coming and I'll get a stealth kill. Ow, that's me dying. Yep, right back to having low health. Alright. How? God damn, man. I didn't even see him swing his weapon. Like, when I got it, he did the little 2-hit swing, and then I was like, chika, and then he got me anyway. I'm like, what? When did he get the hit in? That guy's gonna see me. He's gonna throw a knife at me. Fighting guys seems like a bad idea. Alright, how we doing? No missions of any kind at the moment. Bet I have letters, though. Yeah. Letter from the powers that be, day 2. To facilitate your assignment, we will be sending a special train carrying medicine, sanitary equipment, and personnel. We expect the train to arrive in 4 days. The Inquisitor, allegedly Mark Karminski of Peter Croy, will travel separately. If the sanitary train reaches the town before the Inquisitor, the personnel and equipment therein will be yours to manage. The person in charge of the sanitary expedition will be duly instructed to collaborate. We hope that by the time you will have exhaustive information as to what the nature of the disease is. Sent on behalf of the Manipulatory Laboratory. No letters for today yet. Okay, so that came in later in the day, like in the evening probably. Well, it says evening. So they're gonna send in a train that's supposed to arrive in 4 days. I would guess that means day 6. And then they're supposed to have supplies at that point. That's pretty far. That's the halfway point of the game, seemingly, which is concerning. So we're on day 3 now. The Inquisitor can arrive earlier or after that, which is not super promising in its own way. See, my immunity is down. My hunger is... Ah, man. My infection's growing. This is a fucking problem. I'm not in a good spot. I may need to review information about how to manage some of these meters. Just because I may be in some actual deep shit soon, if I'm not careful. Because my disease is only growing. I think top priority right now is to go to that meat market, so... that away. We're gonna go to the store that sells food, and we're gonna learn what their prices now are. And we're gonna hope they got better. Because if they didn't get better, we're gonna be in trouble. Then we'll check out the play, because it seems like a play happens once you come in around this time of day. I look like I'm just gonna murder that guy when I do that. My reputation meter got off the screen. How high is it? It's high-ish. They usually warn you when you're in a really bad spot with any of the meters, but the reputation meter, if it's even a little bit less than 100%, they start warning you, like, right away. And I think that's because you don't want that to start getting worse. Oh, it's the drunk. Oh, that's a murderer. Hey, Mr. Drunk, how you doing? I would like to buy things from you. Did somebody do a murder? He even looted the body, I think. Oh, he had a good time. Look at that. What a happy face. This town sucks. Burn it all down. It's not worth it. Alright, dude. Hope you sell food of better prices than previous. That was thousands of dollars per food. That was absurd. Let's see, what do I have for food right now? I have the nuts you're not supposed to eat. Great. How are we doing today? Oh no. Ooh. Dried meat 330. The fish is expensive. Walnuts can be used for bartering. Fresh meat's expensive. Dried meat, not so expensive. I can at least kind of work with this. So this increases your immunity. Reduce fatigue. But increase hunger. Bit of a give and take there, huh? Do you buy guns even though, like... gonna sell my gun. That improves this trade a bit, doesn't it? I think I'm gonna be making a net gain here. I'll take a lemon. There we go. Let's get rid of that hunger meter now. That's way better, isn't it? Yep, there it goes fading away. I haven't got myself another nut. So that's good. That's a good time. Alright, I'd say next stop, besides finding more food, obviously, is Medicine Place. Also, not a place I know. I'll learn these maps. There's shop there, shop there, shop there. I'll learn what they all are over time, I swear. But so far, I've memorized this one. Oh yeah, there's also a medicine shop in the original continent. Let's go. What am I? Yeah, jump. There we go. I'm like, what am I stuck on? It's like, what's happening? Am I okay? So let's try to get to the theater before I get mugged. Oh, it's after 6 o'clock. I think somebody said that they only do the show until 6 a.m. That would suck. Because, what the fuck is up with that timing? Medicine Place, how convenient. I'm going to here first, though. You're not an enemy, are you? What is that? Wait, who are you? It's a sickly man. I've never seen this guy before. I'm sick. I'm in agony. My head seems to be filled with lead. My insides burn. Could you please donate a couple coins for me to cure myself and my family? I'll repay you. I'll spread the word of your untold magnanimity. What can you tell me about the local cemetery? The cemetery? Why do you ask? Holy crap, his eyes are very long, like horizontally. The Call of Duty. Then it may be of interest to you that the local burial culture is extremely primitive. The late caretaker of the cemetery was a local too. He encouraged the backwards practices of illiterate herdsmen. The dead are still being buried carelessly. Carelessly? What do you mean by that? The bodies aren't always interred. The locals believe the earth to be their foremother. Only a select few get buried into the ground. The rest have to do without. Some are buried deeper, while others lie much closer to the surface. What do they do to the bodies that are not interred? The kin doesn't show anyone what they do with their dead. I never belonged to the kin anyway. The termitary is perforated with holes. They drag the body inside, and in a day they pull out a leather parcel and pay their respects to the dead. Do the local authorities care at all? The kin governs itself. Being Vlad doesn't bother them as long as they keep generating profit. They're on their own. So what? They break no laws, so they're allowed to do whatever they want at home. They are a constitution unto themselves. They follow their ancestors' rights. This is utterly barbaric. And alarming. I gotta get in there. Is it gonna happen?
The rulers had to accept something was wrong. The terrifying discoveries have convinced them. One of them managed to curb the family feud.
Bad news. The governor will abuse his power, and the rest won't let him get away with this. Nothing's changed.
The town was placed in quarantine. From now on, the infected districts will be locked down, and no one will be able to leave until the situation is resolved.
Well, it won't be. They won't figure it out.
Cutscenes in this game are just bizarre. Hello?
Our delusionment is often a delight to both our friends and enemies.
The theater welcomes the distinguished audiences at any time. There's a performance of the masks every evening, and the blood gets rinsed off every night. The rest of the time slots are filled with a puppet show, but that's not all we have. Magic tricks, fortune-telling, dream reading. Whoever has eyes, let them see. This is a theater? It's rather small. True. This is a chamber theater. And since I have the pleasure of being the booking agent, director, and impresario around here, I could also tell you that our shows are not for everyone's eyes. When's the next performance? That's for you to decide. You're part of the lineup. The play script is not yet complete, you see. Everything depends on your actions. You won't have to wait long. When will it be approved? Your fate isn't bound yet. It will take time, effort, and of course your direct participation. Come to see us every evening. We'll show how you're doing bit by bit. I'll definitely come by.
Only knowing our fortune in advance could we predict our conduct.
I feel crazy. Didn't I already do that dialogue before, but it showed up again? Maybe I loaded a thing and then it didn't happen the same way. I don't know. It's hard to keep track of what you've done in the past necessarily. Maybe this is my first time coming here. Maybe the last time, because I rewinded to get to deal with the food situation, maybe that didn't happen canonically. Shit. I can't keep track. Now is not a good time to talk, however important the matter. Nothing's important, I'm just doing the rounds. Alright. You too, buddy. Let's get into that store. Also, let's loot the crap out of all these boxes. Sun's coming up already. The nights are short. I only sleep for 6 hours, and I pretty much have already missed the entire nighttime at that point. I think the stabby men are gone. Hooray! I need to look into you. Can you sell me things that help me not be dead? Very important question. What are these? Neomycinium. Antibiotic that kills microbes in the organism and suppresses their growth. Neomycinium slightly decreases the number of harmful microorganisms but does not slow the rate of infection. Unable to destroy the disease, but can halve the level of infection, slightly harmful to health. And then there's the alpha tablets I already have, which are nice and cheap, but they're bad for me health-wise. And then more Maradorum. 880. Let's buy one of these and try it. So infections all the way up to the O right now, for reference. Ooh, how's that health going? All right. Ah, now infections back to the C instead of the O. So it's got that going on. Lost like half the word worth, but I lost a bunch of health, which is not great for me. Let's do another one. In fact, let's maybe stock up on these. Yeah. Now it's down to the F. Alright. So I can try to keep my infection low via that. Immunity is not doing great at the moment. It's a struggle. Alright, well, trying. I believe I still need to deal with food, more or less. Exhaustion's kind of bad, babe, but not by a huge margin. Ah! Morning, the third day has come. Infected people, 37 died yesterday. Currently infected 49 people. It all ends in less than 10 days. Day 3, in which the Bachelor is offered to hunt the elusive enemy and evaluate the chances of necrosis. Any letters in day 3? No new letters. No quest yet. I should probably poke around, right? That's the town hall. Have I been there before? Current leader of everyone is Alexander Saburov. I should make my way towards there. I'll try the town hall on the way. Might as well. It's the town hall. I don't know if I've been there recently. Might be relevant. Also, I need to keep an eye out for any food places I can find, because the prices have clearly dropped, and I need to deal with my food. And then we just need to keep making money, which not always that easy. This is the town hall building right here. Get me some water. Hunger's back up again. Goody, goody, goody. Have I been to this building before? The town hall's a prison?